So I have just been to Tesco to spend my £50 voucher that I was gifted, and never again am I going to shop in Tesco. I found it extremely stressful. I did not like it. I don't shop in Tesco anyway, so I'm not sure where everything is. I had to go up and down the aisle. I took my mum with me, and bless her, because she's getting older, she's slow. I'm not a slow person. I like to get in and get what I need and get out. But she had the Clubcard, and she wanted to do she wanted to have a look around, but she was going so slow. And then my son was with me as well, and he was just like, can I have this, mum? Can I have that, mum? So that was stressing me out. I found the prices way too expensive. Even if they are Aldi matched, I still found everything really expensive. I had a £50 voucher. I still had to go to Aldi and Asda to go and get some bits that we particularly like that only they have at those shops. And I still went over the budget, a £50 voucher at £55. But my mum very kindly paid the difference. So that was very nice of her. So this week's shopping, I only paid about 15 quid. But I am not a Tesco fan. I'm not. I'm really not. I just, never again. Tesco is my treat shop. I go there for treats. I do not go there to shop. I'm an Aldi girl, and I'll always be an Aldi girl. If you don't know me, my name is Rachel. I'm a solo mum to one, and on this channel I talk everything mum life, grocery hauls, and a bit of everything. And sometimes I like to have a bit of a rant. So if you like that kind of thing, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But I'm going to show you what I got in Tesco, and then I'll also show you what I got in Asda and Aldi, and I'll put at the end how much I actually spent, how much I spent in Tesco, how much it was with a Clubcard, how much it was without a Clubcard, and then how much I actually spent for my groceries this week. So let me flip the camera around now and show you what I got in Tesco, Aldi and Asda. This is what I got in Tesco, and it did come over £50, but I did have a voucher, so it's £55.67, but I had a £50 voucher, so it only cost £5.67. Then I was very fortunate that my mum was there, and she said, I'll pay the rest. So this actually cost me nothing. So let me show you what I've got from Tesco this week. First of all, I got some blueberries, raspberries and strawberries like we always get. I also got prawns. I don't usually get prawns, but I know maybe, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I thought because I'm not paying for it this time, maybe I should buy a few things that we don't usually get, just so, you know, treat yourself. So I bought prawns. I love prawns, so I got some of those. I also got some tomatoes too. I still got pak choy in the fridge from last week, so I need to use that up. Some cooked ham for my son's sandwiches for school next week. And don't take your kids to the shops with you, because I've got 3 treats here that he didn't need, but I bought anyway. Giant strawberries, and I bought him these dairy milk trifle things. There's only 2 in there. I don't particularly like them, so you can have 1 today and 1 tomorrow. Also got 20 pork sausages, and that was a pretty good deal. That was like £1.69 for 20 sausages, so quite happy with that. I also got this 0% fat Greek yogurt, nice big tub, so I'm looking forward to having that, see if it tastes any different from Aldi. It was quite expensive, but I want to see what the taste difference is. So the cheaper one that I buy to that, is there any difference? I will let you know. Also got some more oranges. I got some more wraps because we're almost out of wraps. And again, don't take your kids shopping with you. Watermelon ice creams too. I also got spring onions, cucumber that we have all the time. And I'm going to try their salted popcorn. It was exactly the same price as it was in Asda. So I thought we'll give it a go, see if that tastes any different. My son doesn't want oranges for school anymore. He wants grapes. So I've got some grapes so he can have them for school. I'll have the oranges. I like oranges. Also got some 5% fat lean beef mince. So again, we'll have that this week. I might make some beef burgers out of that. I'm not sure. I know I bought beef burgers last week, but there's something different about actually making it yourself, isn't there? Let me know if you agree or not. I bought another gammon, so we'll have a roast on Sunday. I've still got 1 tub of gammon left in the freezer, but I thought, you know, it's nothing like a good roast, isn't there? So I'm going to have that on Sunday. Also got some closed cut mushrooms as well. Bought some potato slices because we've got the gammon, so we'll have that too on Sunday. And then I got some baby spinach that I'm going to have with the prawns. And I've got some more vegetables that I'll have with that. 10 big, fresh, large eggs too. Again, mini rolls. These were on the reduced. It was the only thing on the reduced. And this was £2.50 down to £1.35. So I've got them for a treat for him. More carrots and bacon because he is loving bacon sandwiches right now. Also got some Monster Munch because he's running out of that. And that was only £1.50 for a bag of 6, so not bad. And he needs some more squash, but he chose the tropical and not the orange this week. So let's see if he actually drinks it. So that cost me £55.67. £50 of it was for a voucher, and £5.67 was what my mum paid, which is very kind of her. And I'm very grateful for that. Still had to go to my regular shops because there's a few things they didn't have that we enjoy that are specific to those shops. So like our rice cakes and everything. So let me show you what I got everywhere else and how much that actually cost me on my groceries. So I only went to Asda and Aldi. I didn't really need anything in Home Bargains, so I just avoided it. I needed to get a few bits that they only do in these shops that my son and I like. But altogether, my shopping actually cost me £15.17 this week because I had the £50 voucher. So let me quickly show you what I got in Asda. Now, I only went into Asda to get this bread because this is the bread my son likes. He doesn't really like any other bread. I've tried him with all sorts, but this one he seems to enjoy the most. So I only went in for this. But you know me, I've got to go shopping for the yellow stickers because I love a yellow sticker. So I found 2 mini pizzas here. They were they were 58p down to 41p. They just need a bit of extra cheese on because they don't really put much cheese on these. I still got plenty of pizza in the freezer, but he has a lot of pizza every week for martial arts. So I thought it's not any harm in stocking up. So I got him these 2. They were only 41p. And if you've been on this channel long enough, you know I love these protein meals. They're absolutely delicious. And again, yellow sticker. So this was, if I can turn it, £2.50 down to £1.53. So that is lunch today. And then I went to Aldi, so because they only do the multi-grain rice cakes that we like, so I wanted to go and get some more of them. Also, I wanted some more sweet chili crackers because I really like those from Aldi, so I got those. Forgot to get cinnamon yesterday, so I grabbed some more of that. Also got some dark chocolate, and I didn't get kiwis yesterday in Tesco because I couldn't find them. I say I don't like Tesco. Tesco and me are not friends. I also got these fruit things here for my son for his school lunches. They only seem to do these in Aldi, sorry. I can't seem to find them anywhere else. So if you know anywhere else that does these, do let me know because they didn't have many this week and I'm worried they're not going to do them anymore. So if you know anywhere else that does these kind of chewy things, let me know. And I also got myself some flax seeds because I'm running low on flax seeds and I have that every morning with my yogurt for breakfast. So all of that cost me £15.17. Plus I had the Tesco voucher. So I'll put on the screen now how much Tesco cost altogether, and I said it was over £50, but my mum was very kind and paid the rest of it. I would also put on how much it would be if there wasn't a Clubcard, because I did get some Clubcard discounts too, how much Asda was and how much Aldi was, and the grand total and how much I actually spent. So we'll put that all on the screen now for you. So now I'll turn around and I'll tell you the meal plan for the week. So that is the shop this week. I finally spent my £50 voucher in Tesco, and never again am I going to Tesco for a grocery shop because I find it way too expensive. And people do say that they do Aldi match. I just didn't see it. I don't know what it was. And I really struggled to buy anything to start with because I thought I'd get that cheaper. I get that cheaper. And then I had to remind myself that I've got a voucher and I'm not paying for it. But I still managed to go over budget by £5 in Tesco. And I didn't even get some of the stuff that we usually get. Personally for me, I find Tesco way too expensive. But I understand that some people have to go Tesco. It's the nearest supermarkets to them. Maybe they can't get out any further and have to go to Tesco. But I just find it very, very expensive for me. I find Aldi, Asda, Home Bargains, even Lidl much cheaper. I got very frustrated in there. So Tesco and me are no longer friends and we will not be shopping there for a grocery shop, but we will go in there and buy a few treats. I bought the grapes. My son had them this morning for breakfast and he loved their grapes. So I might go back in and get the grapes for him now and again. But basically Tesco is just going to be going in to get a few small bits and a little bit of a treat. Other than that, I'm not a Tesco person. I much prefer my Aldi, I much prefer my Lidl, and I much prefer Asda. Even Home Bargains and B&M, but not Tesco. And I feel that what I've heard, just everybody on here and other people that I talk to, that Sainsbury's and Waitrose and M&S are even more expensive than Tesco. So I would have a good old rant if I went to take one of those 3 shops. Not that any of that is important. But I did spend £55 something in Tesco, and I've spent £15.17 in Asda and Aldi. And then next week, I go back to my normal 3 shops and I just relax and breathe. I know where everything is. I know the prices. I know I can stay within my budget. But there we go. So let's go through a meal plan. Today is Friday. I've got my son this weekend. And I got the mince I bought yesterday at Tesco, and I've run out of room in my freezer. So we need to use that mince up. So we're going to have tacos tonight. So I got some wraps and I got the mince. So we're going to have tacos this evening. And then tomorrow, it's Saturday, we're going to have fish and chips because I got some fish left over. I've got a few chips that I need to use up. And I need to use up everything in my freezer now because I've literally got no room. So we're going to have fish and chips tomorrow. I've got the tuna that I bought today, but I've also got some salmon at my mum's house, so I might nip there tomorrow, grab the salmon, and then we've got salmon for dinner on Saturday. On Sunday I've got the gammon, so I'm going to make a gammon roast on Sunday because again I've got no room in my freezer, so I'm going to use the gammon up. We'll probably still have a few bits of gammon left, so I'm probably, rather than put the leftover gammon in the freezer, I'm probably going to put it in the fridge. But on Monday it's martial arts night, so you know martial arts night is pizza night, so he'll have pizza on Monday, and then on Tuesday we'll probably have gammon and pasta. I might do like a gammon pasta bake for him on Tuesday, so we'll have that on Tuesday. On Wednesday he is back with his dad, so I've only got to find something for myself, but again my freezer is full, so I'm just going to go and see what's in there and try and get a meal together with stuff in the freezer. On Thursday it's tutor day, and tutoring does take a little bit longer, and obviously I talk to the tutor as well, so it's always a bit of a rush. So I think I'm just going to do omelettes on Thursday because it's quick and easy, doesn't take too long, and I can give it him in like 5-10 minutes, and then he can have his with cheese and I can have mine with some vegetables because I've got plenty of vegetables left over. And then on Friday he's back with his dad, so I will just find something out the freezer again to try and use the freezer stuff up. So there we go, that's the grocery haul this week at Tesco. Not my favourite, not a fan, but we did it, we learn, and I go back to my regular free next week. But I would love to know from you what you think of Tesco. Do you think it is more expensive than Aldi? Would you prefer Tesco over Aldi? Or is Tesco the only supermarket you're able to get to? Let me know what you think in the comment box below. If you've liked today's video, don't forget to hit that like button so I know that you've enjoyed it. If you think someone else will enjoy this video, don't forget to share it with a friend. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos from me. I hope whenever you're watching this, you are having a good morning, good day, or good evening, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.